everyone, my name is Dash and welcome back to the Danganronpa. This is episode 6 and I thought I kind of looked it up about how long it would be and I thought it would be like, like usually, but it's like 6 hours. It could be 6 hours, so this is not what I was expecting. I looked up and the game was about 20 to 30 hours, right? And I'm already 40 hours in and the 6 hours, okay, sure, but kind of excited. I'm really excited to see what sixth episode is about because it's pretty long. So, like, what can it be about? That is so long. Okay, the ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. The same people put together this killer game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Her enemy has finally been revealed. So it's a few people. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Marco, a secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room.
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of its sharing. It's there in the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door into school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on the door, right? Okay, go ahead. Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... easy. Psh, yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because that real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Wow. Is that all the characters? Is that like all the masterminds? Ultimate death, ultimate despair, ultimate execution. I don't even know. After leaving the garbage bin, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Wow, okay. Alright. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. I will pass out. They're strong as hell for that. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind out of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. And is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when was looking up info about the school online. I never saw anything about her because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yeah, I gave up some of that pride. Huh?
I.
In order to enter Home Speak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I didn't know it was something a true kitty detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Home Speak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But okay, you would be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There's something I want to say to him, though. What?
I.
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So.
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever all ties with him. I mean, I get that. Sever? I don't get that word. The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kitty Kitty family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However,
But he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family's name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really,
so.
the way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever, I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by head and soul? By heart and soul, sorry. No.
Okay.
Is blood really enough to call someone a family? Only connected by blood, not by her heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Well, sometimes it's better, I guess. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Okay. Let me guess, it's locked. Looks like that is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the door, Host Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground here near the trash room? Oh, that's that. I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I mean, I did have a... I guess, but I just didn't stick to it. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Hell yeah, the hatch opened with ease, and so... Yeah, looks like we're back.
Phew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of here there. Now we're back in the Whole Speak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Wow, thanks. Like, dude, like, oh yeah, I almost killed you, but my favor is to save you right now, and like, I think she needs more. I think she needs more. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and what about you, too? You help me. So they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen, is it? Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared? The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukura's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this, but we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright, let's go. I can finally do something else. Like for the past that episode and this one, I've been just clicking on her. Wait, wrong thing. And nothing else. Like I didn't even get to the gym. Where's the gym? This is the gym. There you go. Like I've only been clicking to Kyoko, and that's it. Like I would talk to her, I would escape. Like I would stop talking to her. Then I have to click her again in order to talk to her again.
Well now.
Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Mokoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What would you do? Oh my god. Excuse me again. That I just read that and that doesn't sound. Hey Gray. Excuse me once again. If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I'm gonna punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. That matters to you, right? Lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen. I was supposed to be chosen as the black and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the class trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the black and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then, there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Well, there you go. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to your aid even after you would kill them.
Am I wrong?
Now, there's the absolute truth. Makoto did kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackness is closed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose. You talk a big game. You're saying the blackness is me and not Makoto.
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Wow.
No, I can't. Don't you say it like that. What is this, a comedy route? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
That doesn't matter.
I don't have it right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I will find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he would never have come to your family like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Then, if you want to earn our despair fair and square,
what we have to
then I
do.
suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
it's true.
To do Makoto's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one less shadow. In other words, this would be our last chance to expose the true identity of Makoto's killer and their mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. He'll agree. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting
You
end.
guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries. That's right. Every last mystery that's popping around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain
then
myself!
that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mooker's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we're uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Booker is no exception to that. Huh? Booker's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Booker. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough prawns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 60 participants, all of them high school students. We're the only people to take a single step at Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Okay, wait, look. So, if how do I put it? Okay, every trial needs every person to be there, right? But we never saw Mukuro there. But the latest trial that we had, Kyoko was late. And so we were waiting for Kyoko to be there because we couldn't start a trial without her. But every single trial before that, we started perfectly fine without Mukuro. So like where she was at, like how I just don't understand why is she so hidden. Like, oh, there's 16 students in the school, but she never was present. She never attended anything. Like, she was never on the elevator unless she has some magic and she's invisible. So yeah, sure. But like, how does she was never present. She was never, I mean, yeah, unless she was like somewhere behind. But to my eyes, I've never seen her. Are you telling the truth? Why you go so quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm really angry.
I'm not talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so bad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting this ready. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makura, let's go. Okay. This guy was just mad. Well, that is interesting. Monaco's unstable ladder seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I was not expecting like a last trial. I mean, I knew there would be like a last trial, but I didn't know it would be between how many people we have left? 6? Makoto, Kyoko, Ari, I think, the swimming girl, then glasses guy, another guy. Okay, maybe 7. I actually have no clue. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than I expected. But once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final shadow, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. What does it mean? So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so
What is that? I wasn't there to hear myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of it actually taking over the airwaves seemed so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other, they wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point? Which point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. Oh, okay. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of things that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If their mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's when the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't leave a right answer. They made me out to be the killer, but even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it show that they had violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. While presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiating and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I had shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we have done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it will cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? I mean, yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna stop here. I will continue it later on. It's kind of late, so I'm kind of lazy. There you go. I'm really excited what's gonna happen. I'm really excited to see. So next time we're gonna just tell others. Okay, so this, dude, the trial is about to be. Wow, I'm not okay. What I was expecting is we're gonna go tell the others, and then I think we're gonna be looking around the school for a bit to see, to get more clues, to get this, to get that, and then, well, that's gonna be like 3 hours, right? So the trial is about 3 hours long. Wow, this is surprising. I mean, dude, what else do you expect? It's like all these students. Can I see how much left? Excuse me. Okay, we have him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? How did I get 7? I thought there was more. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 2. That is so weird. I thought there was another person for some reason. That's why I counted 7. So it's 6 versus however there is ultimate despair people is. And I'm excited to see how that goes. I'm excited to see because I've never, well, never. I'm just excited to see how it goes. I'm just excited to see how the trial between Marakuma will go and all that stuff. And if we're gonna find more clues, if we will look for more clues, because I don't know if Kyoko knows all of them. Maybe Kyoko already knows everything and we're like ready to go. But we'll see how that goes. But I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.